Hey, this is my first time. I don't know if anyone's actually going to be interested in the adventures of a lowly pirate in the universe, but I thought I'd upload these accounts of my journeys onto the Galnet servers and see if anyone was interested. Now, I am Commander Czar Peppers, a member of Communism Interstellar, a faction that resides in an area known as the Manite Bubble. Sort of towards the outer edges of inhabited space. Closest factions would probably be the Alliance and the Federation, along with we sort of have access to all three, not that we particularly like dealing with any of them, the Empire, the Federation, and the Alliance. We like to remain as independent as possible. Although recently we've had a new faction, Yuri Grom, entering into our area. It seems as if the Alliance does, or the CI, Communism Interstellar, has sort of taken the attitude of tolerating this incursion and seeing if we can work with this new faction leader. He does certainly have a very nice beard, I do have to say that, but I do have my reservations. But I will toe the party line, I suppose you could say, for the time being. I have had alternative ideas, but gathering a large enough following would require some time and effort. Now, at the moment, most of our group operations have been centering on the Milchaic system. At the moment, the Communism Interstellar is made up of a great deal of local factions, such as the Manite Workers' Party, the Communism Interstellar faction that resides in a number of systems, including the one I'm in right now, Anaguri. Our home system is Manite. However, our main station there has been bombed by terrorists from factions who aren't particularly fond of our ideals. So we don't really have a capital per se at the moment, although Manite still remains certainly a symbolic capital. But our main operations have been going on in Milak. It's almost like they run out of names to name systems, so they just put a bunch of random letters together and hope people can pronounce it. But anyways, I'm going to head to this station, and then we'll see what's up. The moment I'm using my ASB, I recently purchased a Fer-de-Lance, but I wasn't very fond of it. It was a very combat-oriented vessel, and I need something with a bit more versatility. So instead of buying a new ship like the Python, I've upgraded the capabilities of my ASP, and it seems to be working quite nicely. So I'm going to stick with it for now. Raise landing gear. And voice commands aren't working. So we're just going to head out to the Malak system and see what's going on. Now, the Manite Workers' Party is currently on lockdown, which does hinder our efforts slightly. However, we still do have some options if we care to increase influence. One thing that's certainly nice about being a lowly pilot, is you certainly get a lot of good visuals and plenty of variety. Got one more jump to go. Even in this system alone, there's so many sights to see. This is quite my favorite are the water worlds. There's nothing more I love than being on the surface of a water world. It's where I always go on my vacations, but now we're making our last jump to the Milchaic system. Alright, since jumping into this system, it seems like the Manite Workers' Party is still on lockdown. We have gained some influence from yesterday, however, it seems it's going down slightly, although it's gone up. And who knows how the influence thing works. There are a few factions in the system that are at war, not including ours, so I'm not going to get into their conflict. The more they fight with each other, the better. Now, the second most powerful group in the system is the Malik Co-op, or Malachaic Co-op, an organization, not particular. I don't have any particular ill feelings towards the faction. In fact, I do have some sympathies. But so I am going to avoid doing anything to harm them, but I'm not going to do anything to help them. I'd rather focus on the factions that are far more a threat towards our ideals. Now we're just coming up on the platform. Now I'm going to see if there's any missions there for me to pick up from anyone. There hasn't been lately because of the lockdown, but I thought I'd give it a try. If not, we may take the old girl out for some combat. Now it says I'm speeding right now, but personally I don't believe in speed limits. So, Well, here we are. I guess we should top up on fuel, although we're still pretty full. I always like to keep my fuel topped up. You never know when you're gonna forget to do it. Let's check out the mission board, see if we have any missions from the Manite Labor Party, Union, whatever. They can really simplify these names. Be nice. Well, since it doesn't look like we have any missions or passengers, we're going to head over to Milchaic 3, which does have some resource extraction sites, collects some bounties, always helps the local factions out. Now, I'm not sure how well these chronicles of my journeys will, or how much people will be interested. I'm a simple man. I believe in function over, or form. No, the other one around. Function over form, or function over. See, I am a simple man. No big words for me. I'm a great big fan of the Russian mentality of maybe the 20th century, the 21st century, although I don't exactly agree with some of the politics. But we're heading over to Milchaic 3 at the moment. Now, the ship's pretty well fitted for combat. We've got some good combat level shields, good weaponry, some railguns. I call this particular ASP of mine the Allende, named after 20th century Chilean socialist leader Salvador Allende, whose democratically elected government was violently overthrown by a coup undertaken with much support from the CIA by Augusto Pinochet. Of course, this was an indicator of the fall of the American empire, which the administration of Donald Trump sealed their faith and led to the rise of China as the world's next superpower after runaway spending and bankruptcy pretty much destroyed the country's credibility on the world stage. I know that these days, even far in the future, there are plenty of misconceptions about our ideals, and I do have to say it has evolved greatly since the faux communist governments of the Soviet Union and China, which were really not socialist any way whatsoever, but rather bureaucratic collectivist nations. We believe on people's representations at the highest and lowest levels, including in the workplace, which is probably the most important part. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail right now because we're about to enter our extraction zone. I believe we'll go with the high extraction zone, as it isn't in the dark section It's always a pain messing around in ring systems when you're in the dark part because you can't see the asteroids and you end up crashing into them. Although I don't think there are any resource extraction zones in that area right now. Alright, here we are. Now, you may be wondering if we have any rules or if we're ordered to do certain things. We aren't. In our group, we have a number of proposed operations and tasks, and it's basically a form of democracy, the democracy of action. People take part in things if they want to, or they feel it is a worthy goal, or if they don't take part in it, and the less people that takes part in it, if you know, not enough people take part, it doesn't happen. You see, I'm not much one for words. I'm a very simple pilot, you know. Started off in my teens as a pilot in the system of LTT 7979. That's where I cut my teeth with the LTT 7979 Workers' Party there. Very isolated, deep in Federation space these days. Doesn't look like we have many allies around here at the moment, which is strange, because usually there's quite a group of system authority vessels. Let's just take a look at our targets. Obviously, we're getting lots of interest. However, I do not believe we have any cargo, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Who are you, Mr. Sidewinder?
Scan detected.
Oh, it's one of my brethren, my comrade. What am I hauling? Nothing. That's what I'm hauling. Yeah, I don't really feel like messing with a Python right now. Let's check out this Eagle. Start out small. My ship may be decent, but it's not quite that decent. There we go. Who's in his wing? Who's with him? Oh, he's with the Python. Great. You know, I might follow these guys around until they come under attack. Let's just stay on their tail for a little while. Pretty sure this Cobra up ahead is a miner, but no, he's a friendly miner. See, one tactic I think might be good is let's find one of our miners and just give them a little protection. Keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't run into any problems. Seems like this guy's the only one, so let's just park ourselves next to him and give him a little protection for a while. Hello, my comrade. How are you doing today? Does look like that Python and Eagle are going towards Carl. Alright, let's give him a hand. Let's target the Eagle first. Balance my power. Switch to my beam. See if we can take some fire off of him. Alright, gotta engage this target, get its shields down. Hopefully Carl can hold out for a while. Alright, I've shifted attention away from him. At least the Eagle's attention. I've managed to get off his shields. Switching to multi-cannons. Engage. This should wear him down pretty quickly. Won't use my rail gun. Bit of a too hard of a target to hit with my rail gun. Alright, where's the Python? There's a Python. Let's see if we can take fire off my buddy, off Carl. Grab this Python's attention. A bit worried about this. I don't know how much fire I'm going to be able to take from that thing. Deploying chaff right now. I can't get any good shots on. There we go. Chaff finished. Carl seems to be doing all right now, and we have reinforcements. System authority vessels. Perfect. All right, let's get positioned to use the railgun. Perfect opportunity to use the railgun. Ah, rats. There we go. Nice hit from the railgun. Taking fire from multi-cannons. Diverting power to shields. Oh, we just lost shields.
Taking damage.
Not sure if I have chaff. Alright, let's fall back a bit. We'll get the others to engage him while I regroup here. He's probably going to be distracted by those System Authority vessels hitting him right now. Alright, let's get more ordnance on.
Target destroyed.
Fortunately, we didn't get the bounty, but I do believe we have protected our buddy Carl. Good luck on your journeys, Carl. Alright, while our shields recharge, I'm gonna hang out with these fellow System Authority vessels. See if we can't give them a hand.
Shields online.
Looks like we have some action straight ahead. Boosting in. Take the lead. This is my Anaconda buddy. Still too far away to get any scanning information. Looks like we have some friendly security vessels in the area, and it looks like they're targeting this guy, a Cobra. Deploying hard points. Get the beam lasers on. Oh, looks like shields are down. Fire. Got a good railgun shot in there. Another one down. Looks like we have an Imperial Clipper coming in. If I can get... I'm going to need help. So, oh no, I believe he just jumped out, unfortunately. Probably a good move considering all the security forces around here. But it would have been nice to catch him. So a little bit about my background is I cut my teeth in the shipping trade in LTT 7979, where I quickly became pretty good friends with the socialist faction there. Very good people. Unfortunately, I have heard, and I did visit there recently on my way back from oh, it looks like we have a contact. Guess our story will have to wait. We got an Anaconda, a big one here, Master. Alright, deploy hard points. This could be a tricky one. Engage, fire. Alright, let's switch to the multi-gun and get some good railgun hits on it. Could be a good money haul, that's for sure. Got a good hit there with the railguns. Rats, missed there. Ooh, another good hit with the railgun. Aran, Hartsgrove. Not gonna last much longer with this kind of firepower on you. Purple Central Industry, one of the bourgeois scum of the system. You know, I'm really glad I fitted these two railguns on this thing. I've seen we have been quite a good choice. Alright, we're taking fire. Let's get out of its firing arc. Spin around. 3%. One good railgun hit should take it out. Get nice and close. Ooh, $150,000. Yeah, no. Looks like we still have to rely on money, but we're when in Rome. Now, as I was saying before that, back in LTT 7979, or as we call it, the big old LT 79 for short, as these system names can sometimes be rather confusing. Fortunately, I went back there recently, and criminal organization had taken charge of the system. Very disconcerting. I did my best in my effort to help him out. Managed to get the old party back on top. Not a very big lead, but of course,
Scan detected.
business called me away. Looks like we have Host wanted Fertilance here. I did have a Fertilance briefly, but it's not a very versatile ship. Great for combat, but, you know, I'm not a big combat guy. I do it when I need to, and I
Under attack.
definitely like having my ships outfitted for doing some...
Target shields offline.
Yeesh. Took a lot of our shields out right there. Now I'll throw the multican out. Great for combat, but for all the other stuff I needed out of it, just didn't hold up. Alright, let's divert power to our engines and fall back, regroup a bit. Hopefully use that asteroid to put power back on shields. Hopefully we can get another ring going. Then we can go back in. Alright, I'm going to balance power. I need to get power back to the weapons. Let's just recharge that. And then we'll put it back on shields. It's at 10%. Shouldn't need much more to finish off. Oh, just missed with the railgun there. That was a decent hit. Nice.
Target destroyed.
Alright, so since doesn't seem to have any more contacts, I'm going to head back to the station, claim my bounty, and head back and do some more, I suppose. Or maybe I'll go elsewhere. I'm sure I have other business in other systems. Shields are almost fully recharged again. I guess since we're not in combat, we can balance out that power. Or what I'll do is I'll put power on shields and engines. We don't need weapons at the moment. So I suppose on these captain's logs I see other people do on the Galnet servers. I always like to know a bit about history. I know my early ancestors come from the former country of it was known at the time as Canada. Of course, later on it became part of the reformed British Empire, which my family was quite ardent supporters of. And however, eventually the British monarchy finally disintegrated into the dust of time, and times changed. It's been a long time, 1,000 years since then. Don't know about genealogy. I guess I haven't gotten to that age. I know it seems to be a thing. Younger guys like me just don't care, but when you get older, I can feel my fascination becoming stronger with the roots of my past. But at this point, I just want to live life, fight for the cause. The future's what it's all about. What we make for the future. Alright, coming into Berliner Platform, a station that I've been sort of calling home lately. It's got some good shops, got a good bar. Well, there's lots of good bars. A dime a dozen in space, really. What else are you gonna do sometimes on these smaller stations? Plus, I don't know, there's something about the traffic control person here. Rather, what's the word? I guess you don't want to hear me drivel on about romantic stuff, but that control issue's something else. So after my combat experience, I thought I'd head over to HIP 9365 because I need to get myself a shield cell. Took it off a while ago for some exploration runs, but in that recent engagement, I could have really used it. So it's about 2 jumps away, and it's a nice station, I tell you that. Very nice station to visit. Not like these outer bubble sort of dumps that you find a lot. Those high-tech stations are quite rare out here, so it's sort of an event when you go visit one. Anyways, see you when we're there.
Increased. Engines.
This system is the only high-tech system in CI space, I believe. There may be one other, but I'm not exactly sure. This one's controlled by the HR 7169 Union Party. Very good allies of mine. I'm friends with a few guys in the upper end of that. We don't really have leaders or government figures. They're more community leaders than anything else. They come up with some ideas, but so does everybody else. And if people like them, they go along with them. If they don't, then they don't. That's just the way we do it out here. Again, the democracy of action, really. I'm a simple guy, but I have pretty strong beliefs. And I try, with all this information, I mean, it's a lot of time spent in space, and with the data banks I have on this thing. A lot of learning, a lot of reading old books, a lot of watching documentaries from many different eras. So you learn quite a bit about the world when you're out here in space, because you got a lot of spare time. And that's really how I came to the conclusion of the path I've chosen, I suppose you could say. Now we're almost there. Maybe I'll shoot up a log once we get to Scott Station.
The station is by authorization only.
This gal, this traffic control, is also pretty charming, I do have to say. I haven't talked to her that much, but go up and see her in the control booth every now and then. You got to keep good relationship with these traffic controllers. Sometimes you get some priority over other people and give you a bit more leeway.
Station authorized. Adjust heading for approach to badge 03.
Roger that. I like to follow the speed limit at this station. Don't want to get on anybody's bad side. More or less, anyways.
Reckless maneuvers will not be tolerated. Please take care.
Oh, come on, give me a break. Just trying to find my pad. Must be in a pretty bad mood today. Alright, let's see what these guys have in stock. I've got my empty compartments. I may... Well, let's put it in place of this cargo rack. Let's send this cargo rack back to Norgay Hub. What are we shield cell banks? That's what we're looking for. May have to upgrade our power output. Well, I suppose needs must. Was avoiding upgrading this because that's new one's rather expensive, but ah well. Gotta do what you gotta do. At least we get a bit of a discount from our old one. Down to 4 million down the drain. Oh, I suppose putting money into your ship is never down the drain. Then we'll be able to fit a nice big shield cell bank, and that should be quite nice. Now, this one's still out of my power range. I would like to get something a bit better than that, but I guess it'll have to do. I suppose it's going to be it for my little log for today. So I may do some more of these if there are people that are interested. Anyways, this is Commander Peppers signing off. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really want to do some more Elite Dangerous videos because it probably is my favorite game at the moment. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a role play thing and develop this character who's a real salt of the earth kind of guy. Well, salt of the galaxy kind of guy, I guess. And I'll probably expand on it in the future. So this is real me, not roleplay me. Anyways, like if you like, dislike. Actually, just don't bother with that. Actually, no, dislike, please. Dislike, please dislike. More people dislike. Dislike. Good. Anyways, that was the first commander's log of Commander Pepper. So that's a bit redundant. Bye.